Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Fish, the somewhat weekly series where I answer your questions that you leave on Discord, and we talk about the latest guitar releases. So don't forget to join if you have a question for a future episode. Link will be in the description. Missed last week. I've been in Germany, celebrated my birthday out there at 42 Gear Street, got no sleep. Apparently Germany has yet to discover aircon. Fantastic beer though, and it was just super nice to see friends that I haven't been able to meet up with in years, just kind of hang out, film videos. But yeah, back now, regular programming has resumed. Smack a like on the video if you're going to enjoy it. That actually really helps out with the fickle, cruel mistress that is the YouTube algorithm. Let's jump into your questions. Number one, Duesenberg Fanboy asks, Marty Schwartz got a signature Epiphone ES335. Looks like it has the same coil split out of phase options as the new Alex Lifeson model. Any chance we'll see it on the channel? I'm so happy for Marty Schwartz, dude. That guy taught a generation of guitar players. Everyone learning guitar in the mid-2000s from YouTube recognizes Marty. That hat, that beard, that red ES335. So it actually makes total sense they'd give him this signature. For a lot of us who learn guitar on YouTube, this was one of the first guitars we saw a lot of. For build specs, it seems to be basically identical to the regular Epiphone ES335, except it's got a flame maple veneer, which is really cool, small block inlays, and then a 60s slim taper rounded C. Very interesting, because since Epiphone moved all their production to China, their slim tapers have had this D profile, which has always been kind of a weird differentiation between Gibson and Epiphone. So if this actually has a slim C, I believe that would be a first for this current generation of Epiphone. The Marty version also has locking Grovers and all the crazy split and phase options, so it's kind of a modern guitar in disguise, which you don't normally see with semi-hollows. That stuff is usually reserved for solid bodies, so that's cool. And then that hat, that beard, on the back of the headstock of this red ES335. Super wholesome. As for seeing it on the channel, probably not. Even if Gibson wasn't actively ignoring me, which they are, there are so many other Epiphones I haven't demoed yet that are more my thing. Les Pauls, basically. There are a lot of new Epiphone Les Pauls I haven't tried yet. Like the Adam Jones Les Paul Custom, proper aged Silverburst on both sides, Volute, Seymour Duncan pickups, Alex Lifeson's Les Paul Custom Access, and the Custom Shop collaborations, the 1961 SG Les Paul, the 58 Carina Explorer and Flying V. Epiphone's kinda killing it. But yeah, I don't know when I'll demo a new Epiphone again, not because they're bad guitars. I mean, the early days of the channel is pretty much Epiphone worship because I love them, but they've kind of shown me personally what kind of company they are. And obviously there are a lot of great people working over there, but I used to communicate quite regularly with the brand team. We set up quite a bit of content. We were in the middle of discussing which models to demo next based on what you guys wanted to see. They said they were going to send over some stuff, and then out of nowhere, they just stopped responding, and I haven't heard from them in over a year. You know, I get it, marketing strategy changes, and while I've helped them out with content and helped you guys with Epiphone suggestions, they definitely don't need this small channel to promote their guitars. But like, all they needed to do was send me a courtesy email saying that. They couldn't even be bothered. A complete ghosting like that, I mean, besides not being very professional, is just straight up rude. So yeah, I've made exceptions like Matt Hafey's Origins, because he's a homie, but that's why you don't see much dedicated Epiphone or Gibson content anymore. It just feels dirty. But listen, I don't mean to rant. Let's bring it back because I'm super happy for Marty. It's so well deserved, the amount that guy has contributed to the guitar community. Not just the content, but inspiring countless players to stick with guitar and to learn and to improve for over a decade. The seeds he sowed, it's incalculable. And now he's finally been rewarded with a guitar with his name and his hat and his beard on it that's gonna be on Sweetwater. It's gonna be in guitar centers around the country. Super fucking cool. So here's where I'll throw it to you. Thoughts on Marty Schwartz's signature? Let me know down below. What Does Dopamine asks, do you think Harley Benton would ever consider doing a scalloped model? Given that there is no other affordable brand offering scalloped fingerboards, it would be an uncontested market, and I know a lot of guitarists, myself included, would jump at the opportunity to get one. That is a fantastic idea, and I will pass it along. I don't know if any other factory besides World Music Korea can do it, which is just too expensive for Harley Benton's price points. Like an $1,000 Harley Benton is just ridiculous. But yeah, that would be really cool. Even if it was just the upper frets, like on the KH3 Spider or the SM1000, that'd also be a great way to push other brands to start doing more scalloping too. Totally down. Great suggestion. No promises. It might be a price point issue, but I will definitely push for it because I love scallop frets too. Now let me return the favor with the suggestion for you. Today's sponsor, Herridge. And they're not just a sponsor, I actually use a Herridge wallet every day. And if you watch the channel, you've definitely heard me talk about Herridge before because they are redefining the wallet. Love the sleek, modern form factor that can fit into your front pocket. It's RFID blocking and comes with a lifetime guarantee. They're just so nice. I will never go back to the old bulky wallets. The key case is the same concept, sleek, durable, and modern. They've got loads of colors and styles to choose from, and they make fantastic gifts for those hard to shop for friends. Herridge is so confident you'll like them. There's a 99-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. And they've actually just kicked off their Hennessy Summer Sweepstakes where you can win a custom Bronco Velociraptor or $75,000 in cash to spend on guitars if you'd prefer that. You can enter completely for free, no money required, and for every dollar you spend, you'll get one entry into the sweepstakes. Plus, if you use my link herridge.com/agrifish, you'll get 10% off and 10 additional bonus entries to increase your chances of winning. So now's the best time to consider a wallet and keychain upgrade for you or your loved one. Link will be in the description, and of course, clicking it also helps support the channel. And while you're checking that out, let's get back into your questions. Sick asks, thoughts on the Les Paul Supreme teases/leaks? You gotta give it to Cesar. Gibson CEO has mastered the art of the tease. Now, I always loved the old Supremes. They were so over the top and so expensive. Interestingly though, judging by the hashtags and who Cesar's tagged, he hasn't tagged the custom shop. So, if this is going to be a Gibson USA model, that'd be a sick way to put something in the regular production USA lineup with an ebony fingerboard and mother of pearl inlays as kind of like a traditional counterpart to the Les Paul Modern. And because it's a Supreme, it has that extra bit of legacy and flair and recognition to it. From the pictures, this one isn't double bound. It doesn't like it'll have the carved top back either. And if that's the case, I guess eventually they'll bring back the Supreme Custom, and that'll be the custom shop version with the carved top and back. That's a pain in the ass to swap pickups. But yeah, I've just like always been a fan of the Supremes just completely overindulgent, borderline gaudy take on the Les Paul custom motif with the Super 400 inlays and everything. And with the carved back, there's no control cavity. I have no idea how Matt Hafey got EMGs into his. So this simplified and hopefully more affordable version, because it's not a custom shop model, I'm actually kind of super down with this because it's been kind of ridiculous. You have to go all the way up to a $5,000 custom shop model to get a traditional 50s or 60s style Gibson Les Paul with an ebony fingerboard. It's like you've either got the $799 Epiphone Les Paul Custom or the $5,000 custom shop Gibson. So there's definitely a huge gap in the Gibson USA lineup that this can fill. And the red figured top looks fantastic. Then from the other picture, it looks like they're also doing triple humbucker versions, which they have done before, but it's super rare. Unfortunately, it looks like they're changing the headstock from the endearingly gaudy globe inlay to more of a navigator type logo. No, you know what it is? It's like the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. So the fact that they're simplifying the logo is extra evidence that this will probably be a USA model rather than a custom shop model. And I haven't looked at what the Facebook groups are saying, but I am sure there are loads of vocal fans of the original Supreme that are disappointed that they're not bringing it back in its original dual carved glory. And I totally get it, but you can always buy those used. And I think the idea of this new variant to have a Les Paul custom style guitar at the USA level is a really good idea. And I've been saying Gibson should try and do something like this for a while. It's a bummer they're not doing double binding. I mean, it's Gibson. You're gonna have some artificial product differentiation, but at least the headstock is bound. And you know if these do well, they're at least dropping an SG Supreme 2, which would be sick. Like, could you imagine a Firebird or an Explorer Supreme 2? But yeah, here's where I'll throw it to you. Les Paul Supreme at the USA level, what do you think? While we're on the topic of Gibson though, Time to check out some new releases of the week. Keep these on your radar. Rick Beato's Gibson Signature has dropped in a new color. You might remember about a year ago, they dropped a signature Les Paul Special double cut. Apart from the awesome satin open port TV blue mist color, it also had a bound rosewood fingerboard, a tunematic and stop bar combo, and a slightly thinner than normal mahogany body. So actually quite a few tweaks from a standard double cut special. Well, now a million more subscribers later, Beato's model is back in sparkling burgundy satin. Again, not a standard double cut special color, but all the specs are the same: double P90s, vintage deluxe tuners, Rick's signature on the truss rod cover. So it's kind of cool if you want a DC special with features inspired by the Les Paul standard. Beato's models are quite pricey at $2,000, but his artist cut is donated to Save the Music Foundation instead of going to his own pocket. So, I guess consider the slightly inflated price tag as a donation to America's failing arts programs. Then I won't talk too much about Schecter's new models because I want to do a full video on what's going on with their mid-year drop, but they just released one of the most wild imports I've ever seen in the Sunset Triads. Schecter USA pickups. The neck is a slanted Apocalypse single coil, and then in the bridge is what they're calling the Tripocalypse, a massive triple coil pickup. Schecter just out here showing everyone their monster energy ass reputation is well deserved. Obviously, you've got a ton of switching options to mix and match the coils. Comes in a 25.5 inch scale length 6 string and a 27 inch 7 string with left hand variants at launch. And usually I expect all the wacky shit to be a super expensive US or Japan launch. Nope. They're under $1,000, stainless steel frets and everything. Schecter's killing it, man. Now, it seems a staggering 85% of viewers are not subscribed, so make sure you do that. That way you don't miss the full Schecter breakdown. And now, in case you missed it, since the last episode of Ask a Fish, I've been in Germany at 42 Gear Street with other YouTubers, just shooting videos, hanging out. So I've been posting a lot of Schwartz content featuring some of the coolest guitars I saw out there, and had my friends model for them. And thanks for the support on those, by the way. The shorts are getting ridiculous numbers, like 100,000 views in a week, which really helps out when I'm reaching out to brands for support on content you guys really want to see. So appreciate you guys, keep it up. Then uploaded a demo of a random $350 headless guitar off Amazon. It's from a brand called Boya and Zichi. I've been really curious what the quality level of these random affordable Amazon guitars is these days. And actually, stainless steel frets, rosewood fingerboard, it stayed in tune. It's a pretty decent mod platform. Not a big headless person, but I was pleasantly surprised that it was actually decent and not total garbage. Then uploaded an update video on my Tom DeLonge Strat situation. The first one I bought had fucked up string alignment. The neck pocket was too tight to adjust it, the bridge looked off, so Fender just replaced it. So we unboxed a new one, it was much better. Then we had a quick discussion on what is going on with Fender's recently sus QC. Then I uploaded an unboxing and first impressions vlog on a custom ESP USA Eclipse I ordered 2 years ago, and it came out even better than I had hoped. It's just so fucking good. Definitely recommend checking that video out because that guitar is a work of art. And lastly, if you missed the last episode of Ask a Fish, we talked about EVH's mid-year 2023 drop, and unlike normal where they just drop new colors, there were more meaningful additions this time around, like the limited edition Star, the Japanese-made Wolfgang, and the non-striped heavy relic Frankie Strats. Links to all those in the cards and in the description. And now it's time to hear from yet another adoring fan. It's the high praise of the week. You're obviously the grammatically incorrect one, an arrogant bastard. Little punks like you in elementary school, I would take the back of their head and shove in dog shit, only because you're a menace and you would not stop picking on people who didn't do nothing to deserve your nasty behavior, you troll. Now wipe that smug look off your face or I will hunt you down and make you eat that guitar in reverse. I'm going to shove it up your ass. Okay, so you live in the UK now, all I have to do is run an internet search on your social media name and I can find your home address. I have a request, could you send me the money for a plane ticket because I'm broke? Ha ha ha, JK, I would never do that to a fellow rock and roller. I'm just kidding, by the way, you ought to know us rock and rollers have a weird sense of humor. I had a girlfriend who would always grab me by the collar of my shirt and twist it while I was choking, and she would tell me to quit smiling, and when she was doing that, I couldn't help it but to smile because she was crazy, and I just wanted to fuck her brains out. What the fuck? Not gonna lie, they had us in the first half, and the second half, and all of it. This is 100% fucking unhinged. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Ask Fish. Massive shout out to my Patreon members whose names are up on the screen right now. Consider joining them if you're enjoying the content and want to support what I do. Social media, merch, and affiliate links that support the channel are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I will see you for the next video.